Hello and welcome everyone to Adobe's Data World 2025. First of all, let me take you back to September 2016. Stefan, who is our host, had recently joined Adobe as the worldwide evangelist for Adobe's technical communication products. He and his manager Saibal, who is the director of marketing, were having a discussion about next set of webinars to be done. So Stefan, while working on it at 2 in the morning, gets the idea that why not we do a global virtual conference instead. So by morning, he had the entire agenda ready, 3 days and 7 sessions every day. He even had gone and thought of the name and registered the domain name too. Just imagine this is pre-COVID era where work from home was not so common. Online conferences were not so prevalent. He takes the proposal to Saibal in the morning. On hearing this, Saibal almost fainted. Who does such a long virtual conference? But all credit to him, he did agree to the proposal. And that is how DITAWORLD was born. It had to be done within a month in October. So it was very hurriedly put together in a scrappy manner. We had all kind of technical glitches, time zone mix-ups, and one of the presenters accidentally joined from his kitchen while making a toast. But our audiences loved the conference. They really liked the content despite all those challenges. And that motivated us, that kept us going. And 10 years on, this is where we are. We have touched more than 50,000 participants from more than 85 countries. And these are some of those leading brands who presented over the years. I'll give you a moment to have a look. I'd like to give a big shout out, a special thank you to all our diamond sponsors for this year. Fluid Topics, Precision Content, and Acrolinks. We recently launched a survey and we are compiling the results. So let me give you a glimpse of what we found. We will have a detailed presentation later on, sometime in the future. So we had 403 valid respondents from 31 countries, those who participated. So no prizes for guessing. AI or Gen AI was top of the list. So we asked questions across three vectors. So what are you using Gen AI for? What benefits are you seeing? And what are the concerns you have? So for the uses, people are using it for the entire spectrum of workflows, from authoring to management to content delivery. So authoring Copilot is the main one, and you can see that this is the top of the list. People are using it for all kind of things. So they are using it for creating a draft, improving the language of the content, creating a summary, creating infographic, or finding a content which they can reuse from the system, or quickly search the system in a natural language rather than finding using a keyword. So it is helping them content reuse as well. People are even auto tagging using a Gen AI, so which does a brilliant job in that. Translation is a well-established workflow for technical documentation or technical content. So you can see that that is low in the percentage. After ChatGPT came, how people consume content, how they interact with it changed completely. They want to quickly find the answer. They want to interact with it in a conversational manner, especially for the technical documentation. So they quickly go and just want the answer. So a lot of work is happening, and the customers or the users are also providing chat-based interface or a conversational search on the technical content for their end users. They are also using it for, let's say, creating a quick summary for end users or finding a related link and so on. On the benefit side, what people are seeing is improved productivity, and they can have the faster go to market using Gen AI. So these two are top of the list. You can see that. They have a lot of concerns as well. So let me start with the big enterprises, those who are very sensitive about their content. They are not trusting the public LLMs with their content. They don't want to send their content to LLM, and they think that it can get misused and further training, and their privacy can be lost. So they are investing in either private LLMs, or they are not using the Gen AI feature at all for certain purposes. The hallucination is still a big concern. So it's less so while authoring, but more so at the time of content consumption. Let me give you an example from a coding where almost 100% of the people are using it. It does a brilliant job. It can kind of take care of all your mundane tasks like writing a unit test, automation, and so on. And it just makes sure that all the basic cases are passing. And it's very hard to find any error. It does a very nice job. Now, what happens is, suddenly in a very complex scenario, it fails. Now it becomes harder to debug because nobody wrote that code. None of the developers are familiar with how it was written. What they have probably looked at it, but nobody is like deeply familiar, and it becomes a bigger challenge. So though it helps, but all those hallucination or where it kind of confidently generates a wrong content, that is still a concern. So it's early days, it will evolve, and hopefully it gets better. There are other kind of benefits as well, or concerns as well, which we'll talk about in our detailed seminar. So we have a few sessions lined up related to AI. So today we have a couple of sessions. So Gautam will talk about how AI is boosting your productivity. Amanda will talk about whether your content is ready for Gen AI or not. Then tomorrow we have a couple of sessions. Fabrice is going to talk about how you can leverage structured content to improve your end user experience. What all things can you do over there? Then Bernard, Marcus, and Sarah is going to have a panel discussion. How AI is impacting the technical content services world. And then on Thursday, we have a very interesting session by Naz Urbina about how AI is impacting your culture. The second theme we had was on the work management. So we wanted to find out what tools are being used and what are the challenges customers are facing. So after, Agile came along, a lot of new tools came about for work management, task management, and so on, like Jira, Asana, Trello, and so on. So there are like many more. But you can see from here, email and Excel sheet, they still rule the roost. So people are still doing things in older ways, many of them. Then we asked, like, what are the key challenges you have? So what project managers said, they have a limited visibility on what is going on. They lack the dashboard. So basically, they want a one place to track what is going on and manage as well. So in a nutshell, that is what they're looking for and their challenges are. Then we asked the same question to content professionals. Content professionals want to focus on their work and rather worried about context switching, using different tools, manual coordination, and so on. So we have a session around this by Manik and Vinod today, who will tell you how you can use Adobe Workfront to streamline your work, how you can effectively do a project management in a better fashion. Another theme we had in the survey was on the learning content, learning and training content. So this we asked primarily to the CCMS users, those who identified themselves as the CCMS users. So we figured that about 60% of them are producing learning content as well. So keep in mind, CCMS primarily are being used by the technical documentation professionals. Now, 24% of the same, they have an integrated authoring solution as well, but 54% said they would like some of an integrated solution in their CCMS for learning and training content as well. Then we asked, like, what are the key things? Why are you using, or why are you looking at learning content authoring in CCMS? So the answers came out was they want to have a centralized place where they want to do the knowledge management, improve consistency across all the content, and then streamline the update process. If any changes are there, they can very effectively take their changes everywhere. So these were some of the points. So we have a session or a couple of sessions around this on Thursday. Alan is going to talk about connecting the dots. Mike is going to talk about breaking the silos. Don't you think they are talking the same thing from different perspective? You should go and check it out. Are they different or they are the same? So these were some of those sessions and some of the themes we have in our survey. So we have a very impressive set of sessions and the speakers lined up over next 3 days. So go and just figure out which all session you want to attend. Have a good learning and enjoy and have fun over next 3 days. Thank you.